Welcome to Hurt to Grow, where transformation begins with discomfort. What I'm about to reveal will shatter everything you believe about success. If you're ready for the uncomfortable truth that will change your destiny, subscribe now and prepare yourself for what's coming. They sold you a lie. They told you that success should feel good, that transformation should be easy, that growth should be comfortable. But every person who has ever achieved anything meaningful knows a darker truth that society refuses to acknowledge. The secret to real transformation isn't found in motivation or inspiration. It's found in the one thing you're desperately trying to avoid. It's found in loving what you hate the most. And this uncomfortable principle will become your greatest weapon. Tonight, I'm going to show you why discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do things. It's about developing a strange kind of love for the very activities that make your soul want to run away. Are you ready to discover this silent key to transformation? Don't close this video. Don't let comfort win again, because in the next few minutes, you're going to understand why every successful person has mastered this dark art of embracing their deepest resistance. Let's begin this journey together. Chapter 1. The Great Illusion. From the moment you were born, you were programmed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This programming isn't evil, but it's incomplete. It's the reason why most people never break through their limitations. Look around you. Everyone is chasing the easy path, the comfortable choice, the option that requires the least resistance. But here's what they don't tell you. The easy path is actually the hardest path in the long run. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're choosing to stay exactly where you are. You're choosing mediocrity over excellence. You're choosing the illusion of safety over the reality of transformation. History shows us countless examples of people who had to face their greatest fears to fulfill their destiny. Every entrepreneur faced rejection. Every athlete endured pain. Every artist struggled with self-doubt. None of it was comfortable. But here's the shocking truth. They didn't just endure these challenges. They learned to love them. They understood that their greatest resistance was pointing them toward their greatest breakthrough. This is the secret that changes everything. Your comfort zone isn't protecting you. It's imprisoning you. It's keeping you from becoming who you're supposed to be. It's the invisible cage that keeps you small while convincing you that you're safe. Every morning you wake up, and your brain immediately starts calculating the path of least resistance. It wants to keep you safe, keep you comfortable, keep you unchanged. But unchanged means unfulfilled. Unchanged means unrealized potential. The most dangerous lie you've been told is that you should only do what you love. This creates a generation of people who quit the moment things get difficult. True success requires doing what you hate until you learn to love it. Think about every skill you've ever mastered. At first, it felt awkward, frustrating, even painful. But somewhere in the process, something shifted. You began to find beauty in the struggle. You began to love the process of improvement. This is what I call transformational discipline. It's not about grinding through misery forever. It's about developing a sophisticated relationship with discomfort. It's about finding the hidden gift in every challenge. The people who achieve extraordinary things aren't stronger than you. They're not more talented than you. They're not luckier than you. They've simply learned to love the process that most people hate. They've cracked the code of transformation. When you start to love what you hate, you become unstoppable. Why? Because you're no longer fighting against yourself. You're no longer wasting energy on resistance. You're channeling that energy into growth. The moment you stop seeing difficult tasks as punishment and start seeing them as opportunities, everything changes. Your entire relationship with challenge transforms. You begin to seek out what others avoid. This is why some people seem to have unlimited willpower while others struggle with basic habits. The difference isn't in their strength, it's in their relationship with difficulty. They've learned to find joy in the journey, not just the destination. But how do you develop this strange love for what you hate? How do you transform your relationship with discomfort? The answer lies in understanding the true nature of resistance and why it appears in your life. Chapter 2. The Power of Discomfort. Your resistance isn't random. It's not cruel. It's not punishment. Your resistance is actually your internal GPS system pointing you toward your next level of growth. It's your soul's way of saying, this is important. Every single thing you're avoiding right now contains a piece of your destiny. That difficult conversation you're postponing, that skill you're afraid to learn, that habit you're struggling to build, your resistance is marking the treasure. In psychology, we see this pattern repeatedly. People who avoid challenges remain stuck. Those who embrace difficulty grow exponentially. Running from your resistance only makes the journey longer and more painful. But when you turn toward your resistance, when you embrace what you've been avoiding, you discover something miraculous. The thing you feared most becomes your greatest strength. The challenge you avoided becomes your superpower. Scientists have discovered that discomfort is actually the mechanism of growth. When you lift weights, you're creating micro-tears in your muscles. When you study difficult material, you're creating new neural pathways. Discomfort is growth happening in real time. Your brain is designed to grow through challenge. It's called neuroplasticity. Every time you do something difficult, you're literally reshaping your brain. You're becoming a different person at the cellular level. This is why people who regularly embrace discomfort seem to have different personalities entirely. They're not just acting differently. They are different. They've rewired their brains through consistent challenge. The key is to start small. Don't try to love running marathons if you hate running around the block. Begin with tiny acts of resistance. Take cold showers. Wake up earlier. Do one thing each day that your comfort zone doesn't want you to do. As you practice this, you'll notice something incredible happening. Your tolerance for discomfort will increase. What felt impossible yesterday will feel manageable today. You're literally expanding your capacity for growth. But here's the secret that most people miss. You don't just endure the discomfort. You learn to find meaning in it. You begin to see each moment of resistance as proof that you're moving in the right direction. When you're struggling with a difficult task, instead of thinking, "This is hard," start thinking, "This is growth." Instead of, "I don't want to do this," think, "This is exactly what I need to do." This simple shift changes everything. The most successful people in history weren't the ones who avoided difficulty. They were the ones who developed a love affair with challenge. They found beauty in the struggle. They discovered joy in the process of becoming. This is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Ordinary people do what they have to do. Extraordinary people learn to love what they have to do. They transform obligation into opportunity. When you reach this level of mastery, you don't need external motivation anymore. You're not dependent on feeling good to do good. You've developed an internal engine that runs on challenge itself. So let me ask you, what is the one thing you've been avoiding that you know would transform your life? What is your greatest resistance pointing toward? Comment below and let the Hurt to Grow community support you in this journey. Chapter 3. The Silent Discipline. Now we enter the realm of practical transformation. This is where theory becomes reality. This is where understanding becomes power. This is where your life actually changes. True discipline isn't about punishment or forcing yourself through misery. It's about developing a sophisticated relationship with your resistance. It's about becoming curious about your limits, instead of being defeated by them. The first step is to stop fighting your resistance and start studying it. When you feel that familiar urge to quit, to procrastinate, to choose the easy path, pause. Get curious. Ask yourself, what is this resistance trying to protect me from? Usually, you'll discover that your resistance is trying to protect you from failure, rejection, or discomfort. But here's the truth. You cannot grow without risking failure. You cannot succeed without facing rejection. You cannot transform without discomfort. The second step is to reframe your relationship with these experiences. Instead of seeing failure as the end, see it as data. Instead of seeing rejection as personal, see it as redirection. Instead of seeing discomfort as punishment, see it as growth. Create daily rituals that specifically target your resistance. If you hate mornings, create a morning routine. If you avoid difficult conversations, schedule one each week. If you hate exercise, commit to moving your body daily. But here's the crucial part. Don't just endure these activities. Find ways to make them sacred. Create meaning around them. See them as acts of love toward your future self. This transforms suffering into service. Psychology teaches us that through suffering comes strength. Through trials comes character. Through endurance comes hope. This isn't just philosophical wisdom. It's practical psychology. Difficulty literally builds your capacity for life. Start tracking your resistance. Keep a journal of what you avoided and what you embraced. You'll begin to see patterns. You'll discover that your biggest breakthroughs always come after your biggest resistance. Develop what I call resistance radar. Throughout your day, when you feel the urge to avoid something, celebrate it. That feeling is your internal compass, pointing toward growth. It's your soul's way of saying, "This matters." The most powerful people in the world have learned to love the sensation of resistance. They've trained themselves to get excited when they feel fear, to lean in when they want to pull back, to advance when others retreat. This is not about becoming a machine. This is about becoming more human. This is about accessing the full spectrum of your potential. This is about becoming the person you were always meant to be. When you consistently choose growth over comfort, something magical happens. You begin to trust yourself in a way you never have before. You know that no matter what life throws at you, you can handle it. This confidence isn't based on external achievements. It's based on your proven ability to do hard things. It's based on your demonstrated capacity to love what you hate. It's based on your mastery of self. Thank you for staying with me this far. I know this isn't easy content to digest. I know it challenges everything you've been taught about success. But I promise you, the best is yet to come. The transformation you're about to discover will change everything. Chapter 4. The Inevitable Transformation. When you've practiced loving what you hate for long enough, something extraordinary happens. You don't just tolerate difficulty anymore. You actively seek it out. You become addicted to growth. This is when discipline becomes your superpower. You're no longer limited by your feelings. You're no longer controlled by your moods. You're no longer stopped by your fears. You've become larger than your limitations. People will start to notice something different about you. You'll have a quality that's rare in today's world. You'll be reliable, not just to others, but to yourself. You'll keep promises to yourself. You'll follow through on your commitments. This reliability creates a compound effect. Every time you do something difficult, you're making deposits in your self-trust account. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you're proving to yourself that you're the kind of person who does hard things. Research shows us that discipline without love is unsustainable. But when you learn to love the work, when you find joy in the process, you unlock unlimited potential. You become unstoppable because you're no longer fighting yourself. Your new relationship with difficulty will ripple into every area of your life. Your relationships will improve because you're not avoiding difficult conversations. Your career will advance because you're not avoiding challenging projects. Your health will improve because you're not avoiding exercise and discipline. Your finances will improve because you're not avoiding difficult decisions. Your personal growth will accelerate because you're not avoiding change. This is the moment when you realize that discipline isn't about restriction. It's about freedom. It's about having the power to choose your response to any situation. It's about becoming the master of your own destiny. You'll look back on your old self with compassion, but also with amazement. You'll be amazed at how small your world was when you let comfort make your decisions. You'll be amazed at how much you were limiting yourself. And here's the beautiful truth. This transformation is available to everyone. It's not reserved for the special or the gifted. It's available to anyone willing to love what they hate. It's available to anyone willing to embrace their resistance. So here's my challenge to you. Identify the one thing you've been avoiding that would most transform your life. Commit to doing it for the next 30 days. Not just enduring it, but finding ways to love it. I want to hear from you. What's the one area of resistance that's been holding you back? What's the challenge you know you need to embrace? Share it in the comments below. Let's support each other in this journey of transformation. If this video has opened your eyes to a new way of thinking about success and discipline, please hit that subscribe button. Join the Hurt to Grow community of people who are committed to growth over comfort, transformation over stagnation. Don't let this moment pass without taking action. The insights you've gained tonight are only valuable if you apply them. Your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. Choose growth. Choose transformation. Choose love over hate.